Hello and welcome to this week's episode of The Weekly Ring. For Friday, February 2nd, we're your hosts, Gloria Horton
and Ebony Duell.
Remember to check your emails daily for information on scholarships and internships.
The Black History Media Festival is coming up next Friday and Saturday. Gloria, how are you feeling about it?
I am so excited. I cannot wait to see the screenings for the movies.
I think mostly I'm excited about the contest where students have a chance to make anything about Black history, whether it's an article, a film, photography, anything. And of course, I want to enter a film.
I can't wait to see all the contestants.
Belisa is back with the first Mathemagics of 2018. Let's take a look.
So Kyra, did you know that there are more different combinations of cards than there are atoms in the universe?
I didn't know that.
So if you can imagine taking a deck of 52 cards and riffle shuffling it, which is, when you take two stacks, is what you see in the movies, and you riffle shuffle, and you do the bridge. If you do that 7 or 8 times, odds are, almost indefinitely, you'll have an ordering of cards that has never been done before. Now that has nothing to do with the trick that I'm showing you today.
Oh.
For that trick in particular, we only need these 5 cards, so I was kind of lying to you. That's not 52 cards, it's missing these. We've got the ace through 5 of hearts and the ace through 5 of spades. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to shuffle them, and then I'm going to deal them down into 2 separate piles. Once I do that, you're going to do what are called cuts, which is where you take the card from the top and put it on the bottom in any given pile. So I'm going to deal these down, 3, 4, 5. And so you're going to do 4 cuts here. So you can either do 4 here, or you can do 3 here and 1 here, or 2 and 2. So how would you like me to do the cuts?
2 and 2.
All right. So 1, 2, and then 1, 2. Now we peel off these top 2 cards. Now you get 3 cuts. Where would you like them?
1 and 2.
Okay, so we go 1, and then 1, 2. Okay, so we peel off these top 2 cards. And then you get to do 2 cuts.
2 and 2.
Are you meaning just 2 here?
Yeah, sorry.
1, 2. And then we peel off these top 2 cards, and you get to do 1 cut.
Okay, 1.
Okay, so I just do this, peel off these top 2 cards,
Okay.
and you might see that something interesting has happened.
Oh my god.
Let's see if we're 5 for 5. So is that magic?
Yeah, it looks like it.
It's actually math magic.
How?
So as long as I don't actually open up and put something in the middle, these cards stay in a cyclical sort of order. So here you see that this ace through 5 is still together, and then this 2, if you think of this as a cycle, still cycles back to the 3, 4, 5, etc.
Wow.
So once I deal these down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these cards are in their reverse order. So when you do the cuts, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, it doesn't matter where, so long as you do 1 fewer cut than the amount of cards that are left, you'll end up with the cards together. So now we have 4 cards, and we'll do 1, 2, 3. So as you can see, it doesn't really matter where we do it. Math works out in the end, and the person you're doing the trick to has the illusion of control. And then you see that in the end, the cards always end up back with their pairs. So, Kyra, thank you for joining me and letting me use you and give you an illusion of control over these cards.
You're welcome. I can't wait to see what happens next week.
We're back with Reverend McLean. Reverend McLean, how are you today?
I'm doing well today and hope you are.
I am. So I hear that you have a new segment for the show. What's the name of your segment?
The segment is titled McLean's Minutes.
And in McLean's Minutes, what will you talk about?
They're short devotionals that will help us to think differently and also to act differently, and there's a challenge at the end of each one.
That's awesome. I think that would be a great addition to the show. Let's check it out.
An episode of Nat Geo Wild revealed an interesting scene. An elk covered with blood was chased by a wolf toward a herd of bison. She tried to hide herself among the bison because they were powerful, they were numerous, and she was frightened. But an interesting thing happened. As she was hiding from the lone wolf, A bison butted her, and she stumbled and fell. And each time she attempted to come to her feet again, another bison butted her, to the point where they pushed her outside of the circle of their protection. And in her state of shock, she ran as fast as she could. And we know the end of the story. Because she was alone and unprotected, the wolf ate her. Sometimes nature has a way of showing us ourselves and teaches us lessons that are very fruitful. When we think about the fact that there are many people walking in our midst who are hurting and broken for various reasons, sometimes we act like the bison. We push them away, we offer them no comfort or support, and we go on our way just as though nothing has happened. But many of us have been the beneficiaries of much grace, not only God's grace, but the kindness of others. So what I'd like for us to do is to think about a few things. Think about a time when you were lost or wounded or broken, and think about someone who came to your rescue. Think about how you felt warm and embraced in the care of someone else. Also, we need to consider the fact that sometimes we act out of fear. If someone has a problem, we don't want to take it on as our own problem because we might be burdened with them. But think about a time when someone took the time to listen to you, to comfort you, to encourage you, and to push you on your way when your healing had occurred. So as we think about the illustration of the bison, we as women are strong and powerful whether we are single or whether we are in a group. And here at Bennett College, we have a wonderful sisterhood. So I want you to consider, who will you invite into your sisterhood circle this week? Remember, strangers become neighbors and neighbors become sisters through God's grace. Just a thought.
Rev, I honestly enjoyed the devotional because it was very informative on how to be a better support system to a sister or even someone that you don't know. I think I really related to it because I've always been the support system to someone else, you know, and I was never like a bystander to mistreatment or someone being bullied. Do you think that there's something that we can do to teach our sisters how to be a great support system?
I think part of it is to tell your story of being a support person and how it impacted the one that needed that encouragement at the time. It may give our sisters the opportunity to say, I either have been bullied or I'm being bullied now, and to know that there's someone there that will surround them and encourage and support them through that process. And hopefully it will also let bullies know that that won't be tolerated.
Awesome. So, Rev, you're a graduate from Bennett.
Yes.
Do you enjoy convocation?
I absolutely do. Convocatum Est is probably one of my favorites because it's that opportunity for our new sisters to be introduced into the community and to actually see their name in the college register, which means they're officially a member of the family. I think the visual is absolutely wonderful to see them dressed in white and to come through the gate. That's the first time they come through the Bearden Gate. And it's one of those memorable occasions. Sometimes, as a Bennett graduate, I must confess, I enjoyed my experience in hindsight. I was in such a hurry to graduate that some of the things I didn't really take in like I should have. So now as chaplain, with God's sense of humor, sitting in the chancel area and watching our sisters come in and be presented is absolute joy.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, Convocatum Est was yesterday. Let's look at some clips.
Ask for help when you need it, and do what you must to ensure you remain on the right path that leads to commencement in early May 2021. If you stay focused and don't get distracted, in just a few years, your parents can sit proudly with joy on their faces and smiles in their hearts as they eagerly await hearing your name as you walk across the stage to receive your degree.
Can you tell me, why did y'all choose Bennett for the first time?
I've been going through colleges online, and I noticed that Bennett was listed one of the best and highest throughout America. So I want to be one of the best people in the world, so I chose to come here.
For the rest of your 4 years, do you plan on bonding a sisterhood and striving to be better than what you had planned on being with y'all?
Yes, I do. I already have like found a couple of friends. I consider them like sisters here, and already I'm ready to see what the next 4 years bring us closer.
Okay. Have you made any close friends so far since you've been here?
Yes, I have. I have made bonds with a couple of, fresh women, but I do have a good two that I talk to all the time, constantly.
As many of you may know, we have a new provost here at Bennett College, Dr. Dorothy Brown, and we want to welcome her to the college.
Ebony, I have a confession.
What is it, Gloria?
I don't know what a provost is.
Well, Gloria, don't feel bad. A lot of people don't know what a provost is. But you have your professors in your department, then you have the heads of your department, then you have the deans of your division, and then you have the provost. So the provost is somebody that's over the whole academic side of the college. Dr. Brown has been very busy since arriving here at Bennett. She even got a chance to represent us at an HBCU roundtable for UNC TV.
Didn't you get an interview at UNC TV?
Yes, Gloria. UNC TV came here on campus last week and interviewed Mr. Lipscomb and I.
What did you guys talk about?
Everything about Bennett and just how Bennett was, and the sisterhood is what they wanted to know most. And the history here at Bennett is what I really wanted to tell them about. Dr. Brown also spoke at ACES last week and talked about all her plans for Bennett, and I had a chance to catch up with her afterwards. Let's take a look.
Because I'll be honest, I would have never had the career I had had it not been for Bennett. I have to honestly say that. Because I came to Bennett when my father died, and I was grieving and didn't know that I was grieving, and my first year was an abomination. In fact, when my daughter sees my report card, she says, "Ma, you got into Harvard with these grades?" And because she went to Harvard, and she says, and she's a top student. And I told her, Bennett saved me. And as women, we play a key role, and I thought, I mentored a daughter who is doing amazing things, and I thought, if my daughter can do this, I know the Bennett women can do this too. And they just need to have somebody in there with them for the long haul. And so I'm in here with the long haul. This is my last hurrah. After this, I'm going home and take care of my grandchildren.
Hi, I'm Ebony Duell. I'm here with Alexis Monroe. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. So how did you feel about today's ACES and meeting the new provost?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want to come at first, but after being here and speaking with her, I'm actually thoroughly impressed, and I'm excited to see some of the things that she's going to be doing, because Lord knows we need it. We need somebody that is a belle, who understands the belle's culture and the way of our life, our livelihood, what we're supposed to be doing, what we're trying to accomplish as young women. We need somebody that's going to motivate us and push us, and that's been in our spot before.
And what advice would you give to a student like myself?
In terms of your success?
Just overall, my 4 years here at Bennett.
I would say make yourself available to every opportunity that comes about, because sometimes I think you hear certain things and you say, oh, that's not for me. I think you need to make yourself available. I think you need to network. And I think you need to take advantages of internships and other opportunities, even if they don't pay. I mean, those are places where you meet people who can help you with your career and what you want to do in the future. And then I would also say, make sure you're reading and writing.
Here's a special PSA from Healthline with Nancy.
Hey, Ebony, some of us are going out. Do you want to come?
No, thank you.
If you change your mind, just
I'm
text
fine,
me, okay?
Thank you. You're ugly. You're dumb. You're worthless. You deserve to die.
Ebony, I don't know what's going on, but you're coming out with us. Stand on sisterhood. Leave no one alone.
There was a problem in the dorms recently.
Really? How can that happen? Everybody gets along.
Not all roommates get along. Sometimes they have disagreements and fallouts.
Gloria, I don't believe that. Me and my roommate are the best of friends.
Isn't that your roommate over there shaking her head?
She's just in denial.
Well, let's take a look here.
Really? What are you doing? I'm moving your stuff back on your side. I'm trying to come over here and study and take a nap. You got your closet.
So what? This is both our rooms.
So what? This both our rooms.
Yes.
This is my side.
Okay.
This
so
is
what?
your side.
So
this
what?
ain't
So
my
what?
side. So what?
You can go get an RA.
I can go get an RA.
Yes,
I can go get an RA.
Yes, you
For real?
can.
Okay. Bet. I'm gonna get this mug RA. You playing games. This my room.
So I'm sitting here with Sydney Meeks. Sydney, can you first tell us which dorm are you the RA in?
I am a resident assistant in Honors Hall.
Great. Now you just saw the video from the roommate robberies. How would you give advice to the new roommates or old roommates that's having this similar situation?
First, I would say take time to calm down, because in the video, the way they were talking to each other, neither person could hear what the other person was saying. So I would say take time to calm down and try to have the conversation again. But if you cannot have that conversation without a third party, a neutral third party, I would say get an RA so we could do a mediation. Because typically in mediations, we sit the two roommates down, and then the RA will have one roommate explain their side, and then the other roommate explain their side, and then they could come to a common agreement about what the issue is. And based off that video, me personally, I would probably have them do a new a roommate agreement contract. Just so they can rediscuss cleanliness and things being on each other's sides and that sort of thing.
Okay, and during your time as an RA in Honors, have you had any situations like that occur before?
Yes, I can't go into detail of those situations, but yes, we see a lot of roommate conflicts and disagreements, and in all reality of the situation, if they were to just calm down and talk at a level tone, they could resolve the issue without us being there. But because a lot of them are high strung and they feel like their way is the only way, we have to step in a lot of the times.
All right, Sydney, thanks for giving your advice.
You're welcome.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of The Weekly Ring. If you have any information or want to join us here in the studio, please contact us in person or at Bell Media Group on Twitter.
Be sure to follow us on Snapchat at Bell Media Group. Is it okay if we show some highlights from Snapchat?
Of course.
Ebony, I did not like how you didn't let me pull the bell last time. You think we could pull it together this time?
Oh, Gloria, give me a hand.
Okay.